touch that dial. Just chill for a while, keep it locked with my man Tony D. Welcome to something new, something you're not used to. It's fresh and guaranteed to bless. New artist profile. Yeah, it's a new day with a new sound. Keep it locked, you're listening to the new artist profile. Thank God for music, new music on the radio.
What up, everybody? How you doing? My boy Tony D on the radio, and this is
Imelda. Oh my Lord!
You're locked into the New Artist Profile Live, NAP Show Live for this Sunday, the first Sunday in the month of September.
September.
I don't know why you're
It's no longer. It was the 3rd of September. It's no longer the day I always remember.
That was the day.
Hey, that my daddy died.
Yeah. As you can see, we are in rare form today. We hadn't had nothing to drink but Coke with nothing in it.
Nothing.
Because we got a great show for real. We're excited. We're not doing any music. We don't have musical guests today. We have a phenomenal radio show host, personality, industry veteran that will be with us. She was on with us last month. She filled in for Imelda when she was out. And we're going to actually talk about the music industry and the relevancy of choirs. People saying choir music is dead. We don't believe so, and I'm sure our guest doesn't either. But before we bring our guest up, we want to show you our sponsors. And we'll be back with more of the NAP Show Live. Check it out.
All right.
Yep, that was fast.
Media-based gospel internet radio #1 recording artist, Imelda. Now booking available for radio interviews, praise and worship leader, national anthem soloist, weddings, guest soloist, workshop clinician, youth choir, choir director, and music arranger. Contact CSC Media Group at cscmediabiz@yahoo.com.
For all my people at the barbecues, backyard parties, it's your boy Tony D on the radio. You know what time it is. Let's go.
It's a party tonight. Vibing with my people, bring the party to life. Hands up in the sky, we start the party off right. We in the place, early birds, we ain't tardy tonight. Nah. In the trance as the beat in our eardrums. Got the moves in my feet, bro, and then some. Gonna lose plenty sleep, only live once. Up all night, man, we lit, fam, no kids stunned. Karaoke session going live. On the mic, spitting favorite vibes. Reminisce.
Make sure you download Party Tonight, now available on all digital platforms, and watch the official music video on YouTube, The Music of Tony D. And if you like to book Imelda for any one of the events, including funerals.
Don't book me for no funeral. Do not book me for no
You're going to say bringing in the sheaves? Bringing in the sheaves.
What is the sheaves?
We shall come rejoicing.
What is the sheaves?
I don't know, but that's what they used to say.
I don't want to bring them in. If I don't know what it is, I don't want to bring them.
They used to say that on Little House on the Prairie, bringing in the sheaves.
SHEAVES. I'm about to Google it. I'm about to goggle it right now. What is a sheave? What is a sheave?
I don't know.
Because I want to know.
You got to ask Laura Ingalls, because that's what she used to sing in church.
I'm about to find out what it is right now.
All right, tell us. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to bring up an amazing radio show host, music director, industry veteran for over, I want to say 20 years, even though she's only like 30, so yeah, she's been doing it for a long time, but she's not even that old. We're going to bring up our dear friend Patrice Smith from Rocky Mount, North Carolina. What's up, Patrice?
What's going on, Tony D? Hey, listen, You got age jokes. You know my birthday is in September, so stop playing with me, right?
Oh, you're gonna be 35. Congratulations, child. You look good. You look good. Oh,
Thank you.
you're another body. Birthday
All
is
day.
September. That's what's up.
All day long. Thank you guys for having me back. I'm so honored.
I will. Well, you're gonna be a regular because we want to talk about industry stuff, and what better person to talk about it with one of the most influential and long-term industry people that's been covering gospel music for a long time. So we're excited. We're excited.
Thank
I found
you so
out what a
much.
sheaf was.
What is a sheaf?
First off, it's a sheaf, SHAF.
Okay.
Child, some bound up grain.
That's what they were singing on Little House on the Prairie.
Yes. Well, why we got to bring the sheaves to the funeral? I don't want it.
I don't know.
I don't want
I
it.
just thought it was a good thing.
No.
Get laugh. Yep,
No.
yep. So as the infamous interview with Isaac Curry a month or two ago, maybe 3 now, it was said that nobody want to hear quintet, and nobody want to hear gospel music. I mean, choir music. Choir music is dying.
No, he
And
said gospel music.
gospel music.
He
But
said
somebody
gospel
said choir music was dying too. I don't
But I
particularly
think they
believe
lump
that.
it all in together. I
Yeah.
think they just consider the choir music gospel music.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I think choir music still has its place in this arena, and we are both choir music people. Me being from New York, I was raised, with some amazing choirs, local, and those choirs and groups that turned out to be national iconic groups. Timothy Wright, Hezekiah Walker, James Hall, Worship and Praise, so many. And even now we have, what's his name?
Vincent Bohannon.
Great choir music. So I think it's relevant. What do you think?
Yeah, I just don't understand what the attack is on the gospel industry or whatever. It's just so weird. Because who was it? Eric Michael Dyson?
Yeah.
He said that gospel is whack. So I don't understand it, because I think that gospel music is still very much so relevant today. It just depends on where you are. And then I think for these people that say, it's how they get their bread and butter. And if gospel is not how they're getting their bread and butter, I think it's a money thing. It's a money thing.
Patrice?
Because we got to push our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gospel is whack if you pushing contemporary Christian music.
Patrice, what you think?
I don't think gospel is whack. You took me back to Whitney when she said crack is whack. I don't think gospel is whack. I think the people that think gospel is whack is whack. I think they're the whack ones, because without gospel music, think about the history and the legacy of when we first all maybe even stepped into a Baptist church. The first time we heard a choir sing, the first time we saw the choir march down the aisle in their groves or choir anniversaries. I think we just need to get back to the basics when it comes to choir music.
I agree. That's the problem. Ain't nobody having choir anniversaries no more. And I feel a way about that. I want to go to a choir anniversary where they take 12 hours just to march in.
and the tent revivals where the choir singing before the preacher preach in the tent.
Yes.
But, this generation of young people, they don't know that type of stuff, because I think the parenting is different, because our parents taught us that stuff, and they ingrained that into us, because in that era, that's where they came from. See, we all came right off the civil rights era.
Yeah.
When the civil, so they was used to the marching, and the church was a very important entity in the community, right? And so we've got a different type of parenting now, where the kids didn't come from any type of adverse struggle that our parents came from. And so the things that may have been traditional, that we call it now traditional, but it still laid a foundation. And I think that some of the things like the choir anniversaries and the tent revivals and stuff like that, where we were brought up on, that's gone by the wayside, because this new generation is like, we don't need all of that, And it takes me back to the choirs, because there was a right after the 90s into maybe what's going on, Glenn, right into maybe some of the 2000s, where the groups started to really become prevalent. Like you had Men of Standard, you had Commit, you had Virtue, you had Anointed, you had a lot of groups and individual artists, and that type of music really started to take the forefront. Yolanda had some great projects. Fred had some great projects on his own. And it became a battle between the choirs and those artists. Now,
but they came out of choirs, Tony D. You
Right.
think about they came out of choirs, so I think that because they came from choirs, they forgot where they came from. Not all of them, but I'm just not gonna say any names. But perhaps they forgot they came from choir. Whitney Houston came from singing from choir music, so choirs still birthed the individual groups.
that's true. That's so true. Yes, because Isaac Carree started with John P. Key and New Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hear him saying, "Come on, Ike, sing it." Him and Zacardi.
Zacardi, yeah.
Yeah, so
and Lil June, where Lil June at?
she came from down the launch of Tri-City.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So I feel that I hope that the choirs can make a resurgence, right? Because you need to give us something to sing on Sunday morning. There's we're singing a lot of music on Sunday morning, but it's not choir stuff.
Yeah.
Unless we going way back, which is fine with me. You know what I'm saying? I think I would like to have something that we could sing on Sunday mornings, because you think about it, Mel, you think about it, Patrice. We were singing all them choir songs every Sunday.
It's pulling out them hymnals. It's pulling that book out.
The hymns and the choir songs.
Yeah.
I think what happened, the birth of the praise and worship leader, kind of did it, because now everything is so individualized, and worship leaders have turned into superstars. And I'm a worship leader, but they've turned into the superstar of the church. And so now most churches, because you're trying to draw another audience or crowd, you have these worship leaders that have just kind of taken over where the choir was. And now even the praise team is mic'd up to be the choir.
So when did the praise and worship leader become the head?
In the 90s, the end of the 90s.
The end of the 90s?
End of the 90s going into the 2000s. That's when it just became a thing. We've had worship, but it's a different brand of worship leader.
It
now.
was a different brand of worship leader.
Because we went from devotion to strictly praise and worship.
Right. Yeah.
And so it's a thing now. Devotion, there wasn't just one leader. It was the deacon board. And
I'm glad some of that stuff is gone.
I mean, no, now granted, I mean, I ain't mad at it, but but because I think we've tried so much to change to fit everybody else's need that we've thrown away the baby with the bathwater. Because now I just want to hear the praise team. I don't want the choir. And so you can't even get people to sing in the choir no more. I used to get excited about choir rehearsal.
Me too.
I love singing in the choir.
I did too. Well, I love playing for the choir.
Right, because you weren't singing nothing.
I could sing.
Well, I haven't sang in the choir for a long time, but hey, listen, it's something about listening to the sopranos, the alto, and the tenors that you can't get from a praise team or a praise and worship leader. So I think that we're missing the collective unity of the body of worship, praise of just the choir sound when it comes to worship. When you bring in the choir.
And so much was birthed in the choir.
Yeah.
Jermaine Dupri said what's wrong with the music industry is nobody's in the choir anymore. You don't have those church kids. Yeah. So you don't have that soul in their music. These people now don't know how to find their harmonies. We figured out how to find harmony real fast. You better know your part and get there.
Yeah, how to get it.
Yeah.
And so and the choir was the training ground for those people that came out of those choirs, like Isaac Carree and Lejeune. That was the training ground for them to do what they do today. Because I was watching an interview with Faith Evans. She did an interview with Sean Stockman, and she was saying she learned how to write her harmonies by listening to the Clark sisters.
I was just thinking about them. Yep.
Yeah. So the choir is where you got it from.
Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with praise and worship,
No, it's not.
although I'm tired of it. I'm not saying that.
Oh my God!
I am, because it's really, like you said, the praise and worship leaders are the superstars, and then every church don't need a praise and worship team because some of y'all can't sing, and that's the truth. You watch some of these lives, at least in the choir, the people that couldn't sing could stand in the back and hide or sing watermelon. You know what I'm saying?
I can hide, Tony D.
And you got 5 people and all of them got the mics and 3 of them can't sing. Come on. Everybody don't need a praise and worship team. But we need to, I really wish we could get back to those choir days, because man, that was some good music. That really was some good, solid music. You think about, all right, I got my list here.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
I hope you got your list, Patrice.
Oh, I got my list.
It
might not be like yours, but go ahead.
My personal favorite of all times, Walter Hawkins and Love Alive, Uno, Dos, Tres, Cuatro, Cinco. Them were some good projects. And
did you count the 4 and said 5? Did you count on your fingers to 4?
Uno, Dos, Tres, Cuatro, Cinco.
Oh, I thought you had just gone up on 4 fingers. I was about to get upset.
No, I ain't like bro, man. Those were some innovative, iconic gospel albums, especially Love Alive, the very first Love Alive. I mean, that's music that, like, in the 70s and 80s that we grew up on, and it's still being played and can be redone today. Yeah. They innovated the sound of God. Let's go back before that. Let's go to Edwin. Oh Happy Day was like Kurt Franklin's stomp, because they was hating on Edwin Hawkins because they was like, what are you doing with the choir? You know what I'm saying? You you know, so they innovated gospel music and took it to, you know, to amazing levels, you know.
Let
me see. Oh, James Cleveland and the Angelic Choir. James Cleveland put his footprint on choir music. He had choirs from LA, Chicago, New Jersey. That's where the GMWA come from. So choir music, guys, like, how can we throw that away?
No,
I think what happened.
Go ahead.
No, I think what happened was the church took a hit with members, right? At some point in time. And they no longer had people to, what in their mind is to form a choir with choir members. So they kind of condensed it down. And then one church saw another church with a praise and worship team. They had a choir. So instead of them sticking with their choir, they wanted to be like the other church with just a praise and worship team. And it just started this domino effect with people creating praise and worship teams within their church. And then memberships start building back up again. And then now you no longer have church building choirs. You still have church looking for praise and worship members to alternate.
I agree with you. But then, you know, like I think about my church, like we still have a choir. So praise team, we go every Sunday, and then you have a male chorus, and then the choir alternates every other Sunday. And no one has an interest, like the younger people don't have an interest in it. I feel like it's that culture of entertain me. Everybody's used to a concert, so they just want to be entertained. So nobody wants to get up there and do the work. Because my choir, girl, I'm 44 and I'm the youngest thing on my choir. And I'm 44.
but you know what though, like you bring up a good point, but it's not interesting because we were seeing choirs on TV on Bobby Jones and stuff like that, and even on your local programming, because we have a program here called Parade of Quartets, and if they weren't playing quartet music, they would bring in local choirs in, and so the young people saw the choirs, but now all they see is the ensembles. That's all they see. So they're like, we don't want to do that because that's not. They say that's not what's popping, you know?
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't have kids, so I can't tell parents what they should make their kids do. But I know I was made to go. The choir rehearsal, usher boy, I was made to go. Whether I was interested in going or not. I don't know if I'm not saying that's the solution. I'm not saying that's the remedy. but we have to figure out how to make it poppin' with the younger generation, because if not, we're doing them a disservice. Because what are they gonna know about music? What are they gonna know about the legacy of James Cleveland? What are they gonna know about the legacy of Edwin Hawkinson if we don't pass it down and teach them?
I agree with you 100%. Listen, I always said it's my generation, the 80s babies. We ruined this generations of kid because we were coming off the heels of parents from the civil rights. We were made to do those things. So then we had kids like, I'm not going to make my child do what my parents forced me to do. So now the kids have too many choices. And I'm not saying they shouldn't have choices, but some things that we were put into without our, consent per se, it helped us become, I didn't want to be in no choir, but I know I had no choice. And I sure didn't want to be an usher. And I was an usher for 10 years. I didn't want to be one.
Yeah.
I did, but it put something within me to make me want to do it. And so how you going to tell your 4-year-old, oh, you have the choice? No, let the 4-year-old, put the 4-year-old in the choir. Put them up there and then let them grow up in it so they don't have this interest, because some stuff you don't know what you like. So we're going to put you in there and we're going to let you feel it.
Yeah.
Patrice, coming from a radio programming standpoint about the popularity of choir music, you program WAJA. Are you programming choir music?
Absolutely, because it choir music is what get the show started. You're going to get everybody praising the Lord. You're going to put on a good choir song. Mississippi Mass Choir, the New Jersey Mass Choir. You're going to go back to some of those great songs to help get your praise party started, to help get people praising the Lord in their car. A good choir song.
And it just feels good.
Okay, so let me rephrase
it feels good. It takes you back to a place. It feels good.
Let me rephrase that. And I would like Lyle Shumpert, who is the program director of the station in Atlanta, Georgia, and Alicia Jones, she just jumped on. She's in New Jersey. Are you getting serviced choir music to play?
No.
That's the issue.
Outside of J.J. Hairston.
Right.
Ricky Dillard.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We are not getting, programmers are not getting serviced gospel music, choir music, because the industry, I can't speak for it as a whole, but they're saying the choir music is dying. Right. But I disagree with that. As we said, like, here's another group, B. Chase Williams and Shabbat out of Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. They just dropped a new single, shouting out B. Chase, and I heard some music today here at WAW in Augusta. So Lyle said we're playing choir music. That's great, Lyle. Chicago, Illinois in the house. That's what's up. So, but if you're not, if you got younger people that's programming radio stations now, right?
Yeah.
And if they're not being serviced that music, they're not going to go out and find it like we would.
Right.
They just gonna play what they're getting serviced.
But they're not even gonna know what to find. They may hear a song and they're gonna have to ask Siri, what's the name of this song? They're not gonna have the knowledge like we do to hear a song. Be like, oh, okay, I know who that is. That's Walter Hawkins. Oh, happy day. Mm-hmm. So they're not gonna know, James Cleveland without having to get some assistance or ask someone. So I think that passing along and programming the younger programmers, I think it's definitely going to take them wanting to do the research and taking an interest in it, because just to say, because you don't know anything about it and have the perspective that it's not relevant no more, that's just a cop out, because you don't want to do your due diligence to find out. Let me find out what this genre music is about.
You better preach. You better preach. Let me get my organ tuner up.
Yep.
What keys
don't let me wind up.
Oh my Lord.
No, but you're so right. You're so right. You got Johnny Ruffin Jr. He teaches choir music. I think he's in Virginia area. He's on. You can weigh in on this. I can't see your comments because my glasses ain't working, but somebody will be able to read.
I can see them. Don't even worry about it.
Somebody will be able to read. But Patrice, I gave some of my favorites. I'm gonna give you the rest, but I'm gonna leave Mel for last. Give us some of your
You took some of my favorites though. But of course I gotta go Ricky Dillard, Donna Lawrence, Tri-City Singers, Hezekiah Walker.
Yes.
Definitely gotta go with him. Gotta go with Andre Crouch. Let the church say amen. Soon and very soon. We didn't know what we were singing back in the day. We were saying soon and very soon. Right. We're going to see the King. So you know, I could go on and on, and I could take it back to the Clark sisters, to their mother. She was definitely the choir director of all choir directors. And I ain't shared this with y'all earlier, but I believe that there's an inner choir director in me, Tony D. So if we want to form a choir and give me a chance to just direct, you know, the choir, I think I can do it.
Okay. Hey.
Listen, I plan on forming a young adult choir. You can come on.
Come on down.
Come on.
Come on down.
I think I ain't gonna throw no shoes at nobody, but I promise you better not come in there chewing gum though.
Oh my Lord.
I hear you. I ain't mad at you. Well, if I be your assistant, I'm gonna get me a suit from Ricky Dillard. And I'm gonna spin around like James Brown.
Yeah, you gotta have the super fly. You gotta fly.
But you know, speaking of Andre Crouch, there was an album that he recorded in London. Andre Crouch live in London. Phenomenal project. You guys got to go back, Google it, find it on YouTube. There's one particular song that he said, I just want to know you. Take you to church. My mother used to play that until it was skipped 75 times. You had to put a little penny or a nickel on top of it.
She need a new needle. She has trying to fix that needle, Tony D. Let me blow it just right to get the dust off.
Right. Okay. Alicia Jones, WKW, Queen Alicia, she said choir music is sent to me to play. That's good. That's good. Because I very rarely do I get. Now I have to shout out Al Edmondson from Edmondson Communications. Al does send some great. He sent Zach Williams in one accord.
Yeah, he
sent his he sent music.
Zach's a good choir. Yeah, can't forget Zach. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Johnny. You're from North Carolina. My apologies. North Carolina. I see. So, Imelda, give us some of your favorites.
Newer. I like Nate Bean.
I ain't never heard of him.
Nate Bean is what I like about Nate Bean, because I like the older choir songs, but what he did, he has an album called The Hymns, and he took all the hymns and refreshed them. It's a very good project. Nate Bean, check him out.
Nate Bean. Write his name down.
Yes, and of course, you know, Hezekiah Walker, John P. Key, J.J. Hairston, L.A. Mass. You know, that's one of my favorite choirs.
Oh yeah.
L.A. Mass and Georgia Mass. Yeah. Oh, joy. Listen.
Yep.
Alpha and Omega. Alpha and Omega, joy.
Put food on the table.
Yes. And Sean Tillery is really good.
Yes.
Sean Tillery.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know him either?
No.
That makes me sad. Sean Tillery is good.
Speaking of Sean Tillery, Pastor John Tillery out of Virginia. He's a great choir song too, and he's very much unsung. Wrote amazing songs that a lot of people sing and they don't even really know is John Tillery. So yeah, but now is it Sean Sean or
Sean Sean Tillery?
Okay.
He redid Solid Rock. My hope is built on. It's a great.
See, Patrice. We used to have Imelda's Hidden Jewels when we was doing the afternoon drive gems. When we were doing the afternoon drive, and Imelda would bring these songs from folks that we ain't never heard of, but they was always so good.
Yeah,
they was always so good.
I've always been accused of listening to the B-side of the music, because I get tired of the same old people.
Yeah,
you know, I'm like, a lot of times I ride in the car in silence because I'm like, I used to be able to tell you exactly the order of the songs that the songs were going to play at what time of day. I'm like, let me find something else to listen to. So I would always have those gems because I like to find other people to listen to.
All right, Johnny Ruffin Jr. says Jason Singleton. Yes, he does. He has some good. He does, and he's from the Low Country, right? Jason Singleton. Yeah. Now
what's the Low Country?
Down Charleston,
South Carolina area. Now, you know Apostle James Pinckney.
Yeah,
that just passed away. He was good on the traditional side too. So All right.
Keith Pringle was good.
Keith Pringle.
If you confess the Lord,
call him. Yeah. See, we going down memory lane, and I think young people need to some of these young programmers, they need to go on and get their history lesson, because you cannot have an appreciation of the music that's being played today, which is a derivative of the music that was launched back in the day. Lyle says something always praise and worship. Some churches like quartet songs, but you have to mix the songs for the minute. That is true.
Yeah, you gotta serve. Like my church is a older generational church. Like 60% of the people are 65 and up. So I know I can't just come in there with what do I say? Have faith and believe. I got to give them something else. So I know how to throw a hymnal in there for them, because you got to the Bible says to serve the present age, but you also got to pull everybody together. So I agree.
Sometimes the praise and worship leader can do a great job in transitioning an up tempo version back into a more traditional version, right, as well. So I've seen that happen with praise and worship leaders that still try to keep all genres of music and all ages, keep them involved with praise and worship too. But I agree with a lot of what who was that last comment, Tony D. I agree with a lot of what he said, because I think Tony D, your comment about the young programmers, because they see how much fun we had going back down memory lane. They can create their own story by being a part of choir music. They can have their own joyful moments and be able to understand why people clap twice and then clap once and then clap 3 times. They don't understand the church clap. It's because of choir music.
Yeah, you're so right. There's let me see. We can't forget, we went over Andre Crouch, LA Mass, Chicago Mass, who birthed Joshua's Troop. Love Fellowship, we talked about, Ricky Dillard, Mississippi Mass, and B. Chase Williams, Kevin Lemons, and Higher Calling.
Yeah, we can't forget. I seen them perform at a pre-show in the Stellas, and they shut it down.
God rest his soul. We're gonna miss him, Kevin. But let me tell you, that my favorite, I loved all of his songs, but my favorite song was Prayer and Faith. Just a little prayer and faith. That was my joint for you. Boy, that's some great choir music. And I really think that I'm hoping that choir music will begin, that people will maybe watch this and other people will start to have a resurgence of servicing choir music to radio stations, because I don't get a lot of choir music. The choir music I have to research it, because I was raised up on choir music. But I think I may be getting beat up by it, but I'm ready for the praise and worship time to go on to the wayside.
So you don't want me to have a job no more?
I want you to have a job, but you're versatile. So see, you come from choir music, so you know what I'm saying. But I'm because everybody don't need to do it. And then let me not get
Patrice, fix your face, friend.
I'm just saying, like, I'm really tired of it. I really am. Like, I want something fresh and new. You even had some of the artists who do praise and worship say they tired of praise and worship. I won't throw no names out, but I've seen interviews.
Travis Green had a whole interview. He said, "I'm sick of these songs." He said, "I'm sick of me. Let me go write something else." Travis Green said it.
Yeah.
But I do miss choirs, and I do, direct the choir at the church too. And so I'm like, where is the choir music so I can find something for the choir to sing, so I don't have to go back to 1977.
Right. And then as a musician, you do have some choir music that's out, but the younger musicians, and there's no shade on them, so young musicians don't beat me up. I'm not hating on you.
They're gonna come.
But they making them songs so complicated. Choir music back in the day was 3-part harmony. It was easy melodies to play. Bass lines weren't so hard. Some of this music now is so musician.
All them stems.
The stems musician driven.
Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? It's so musician driven.
So can I just say this? Why we gotta have all these tracks for the? What you got a drummer for? If I need this track on top of the drummer, I really get mad about that because you can't play. What is the purpose of the drummer? He is there. There's a whole body. We got to wait on the track to buffer.
Well, there's some elements of a drum track that helps to bring color to the music. So I get some of it. But
I remember one Sunday I was like, just let the drummer play.
Yes.
If you keep hitting the start button, it won't start. Just let them play.
But you know what? But you know what it is? We can't blame the local church musicians on some of that. We got to blame the people who's making this music because they're making the music so complicated. And then we want to play the songs just like the record. So we got to come up with all these stems and stuff to make our Sunday morning sound like the record. Just be regular.
But I wonder what the people want. I wonder what the members of the church want. Because as a church member, sometimes I am tired of the praise and worship team. Can you come in and just have a choir, maybe first and third, or maybe first, second, and third, and have praise and worship on fourth and fifth? I don't know. But sometimes it is like, okay, what is the praise and worship going to try to twist up and sing today to make this thing work? Because now it's like, are we going to do contemporary? We're going to do praise and worship, or we're going to do a ballad? I think the praise and worship leaders, and you can answer this question. Sometimes they're seeking the Lord, trying to find out what to sing, but it's so much stuff. It's so much stuff out there to confuse the praise and worship leader. What do I do? What do praise and worship? How to handle that?
First off, I pray hard. I pray a lot, Lord. But my first prayer is, Lord, what do you want to hear? And then you have to be open to hear what the people are saying, because the people come. Because old people don't care. They say, hey babe, I ain't like that song. Okay, right, okay, cool, no problem. So you didn't like it, we'll make sure we don't sing that ever again. But I'm always thinking of, because I know that it's an older church, how can this song flow into a hymn or flow into something? So for example, we did Melvin Crispell's version of God Is this morning. And then if the Spirit says so, I'll take it to the original. I'll take it straight to the original. But Dallas will tell you that I'm also the queen of mashup. I'm going to pull everybody in. But I think when everybody say they're sick of praise and worship, I think it's the type of song. Because if you grew up on a certain sound, you want to hear that. So like, for example, my pastor's preference is not the music of today. If he had his way, I would sing everything from 1980 to 1990, and that's all I would ever sing. He doesn't like the new stuff. But my thing is, so that's a particular sound. And most praise teams don't sing that sound. So for me, I'm gonna give you this is my thing. I'm gonna give you some of the contemporary, a little mashup of traditional and praise and worship, but I have a choir, so they're gonna give you all that churchy choir stuff. Leave it for them over there, because that's what to me that's their purpose. That's quiet. We gonna sing you under the pew with all this churchy quiet stuff. But if ain't but 10 young people in the church, they don't know that, like we said, they don't know that stuff that the choir, because the choir still sing them songs. This morning we sung I got a home up in that kingdom. That's from 1802. The kids today don't know I got a home up in that kingdom. So I have to give them something at the top of the service to catch them. And then the choir is we gonna sing you under the pews. We gonna church you till you can't church no more, if that's what you want. But again, I still feel like a lot of today's congregations, because we've made it such a concert, it's a bless me if you can kind of situation. They just go, I don't care what you saying. You can stand on your head and saying, come along, my friends, come along, and they not coming. They're gonna sit right there and eat their peppermint.
That's true. But to your point though, is that why people are not engaging in praise and worship, and why the praise and worship leader, not you, my friend, is always saying, lift your hands. The praise and worship telling you what to do. Like, I don't do that.
That's my next
thing.
Go
ahead, Tony D. Go ahead.
That's my next thing. And I'm trying to remember everybody's comments. I know Queen Alicia said something, and
the choir feels fuller. And it does, because it's 700 more people on the choir.
But Dr. Tamara said something as well about training. I think that praise and worship leaders need to have some training, because you're right. I feel like y'all yelling at me more than we are ushering in the spirit. I really do. Now, you don't do that.
No, I'm not, because I ain't here to pump and prime.
But there's some of them that just, come on, you need to, why you sit? Like, don't do that. I don't do that.
Because I know it's a turn off for me.
See, now this is this is my personal opinion.
And choir members don't do that. They're just up there singing and clapping. You either join them or you don't. Go ahead,
join them or don't. Right. This is my need to put in leadership training. I agree with you, Dr. Tamara. Here's my personal opinion on that. Right. Stop yelling at me. Suppose I can't stand up. Suppose my back is killing me and I can't stand up, but I can raise my hand. Or suppose I'm just in the mood to just have my time and tears is flowing down my. That don't mean I'm not giving God. That's not, I mean, I'm not grateful to be in the house of the Lord. Stop trying to figure out what your audience is dealing with, what they're giving God or what they're not, because they ain't stumbled up and shouting and running around the church, because half of that stuff is fake anyway. It is. It's all emotion.
Well.
So I need to praise. I thank you. I need the praise and worship leaders to stop worrying about what the audience is doing and just come in after you done prayed. Just render your gift unto the Lord and let the Lord move and fill the room. Stop stop pushing him into room to fill it. That's what they need. That's what they're doing. And stop telling these old folk that can't stand up, but they still got a praise in their heart. That I'm tired. That's why I feel like it's time for that genre to be on up to glory. And the younger ones that are coming in are worse and worse because they're looking at social media and seeing all this stuff. Nobody's training them on what to do, not that I know of. And so it's a continual cycle.
Yeah. Well, but that's because they see it and they think, first off, they think, oh, they got the mic every Sunday. It's glamorous. It sucks. This ain't fun. Being a worship leader is not fun because everybody looking at you and I'm like, but they have this image. That's what they feel like they're celebrities.
You're right.
So everybody
is bad with that too.
Yeah. So everybody wants that position. And I'm like, girl, you don't want this position.
Because it seems like it's not glamorous. No, it's
not glamorous. It's not fun. Because if you in it for God, you're not in it. You really don't want it. Don't want to be there. There are many Sundays I would like to sit in the back pew. Let me sit on that last seat back there. Let me get this Jesus, because it's exhausting.
Yeah,
it's really exhausting to be up here every Sunday in front of you. But we've cultivated that culture in the Black church. Oh, we need a praise team, and so. Yeah, but I agree. Bring the choir back. But I'm not one of them praise and worship leaders. I don't yell at the people. No, I'm just gonna offer to Jesus. If you don't want it, I'm gonna go sit down.
She don't yell at the people. She yell at the musicians if the song ain't right. She be like, "Oh, them little Patrice, them looks, boy." That's why when I was playing at her church, I was practicing like I was getting ready to play at Carnegie Hall because I didn't want them looks.
Them looks like she told me while I go fix my face. One of them looks, right?
Hey, Patrice, I was practicing till just about time to leave the house.
So then,
I'm in the car humming the bass like boom, 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 boom. Because she be like.
She ain't telling you. She not telling you you wrong, Tony D. So come on with it.
I may have been accused a time or three.
There's nothing wrong with excellence. Nothing wrong with excellence.
Right, but I am one of those praise and worship leaders that invite people into the worship. So I pick songs that are easy because it is an older church. I pick songs that they can pick up that chorus in 2 minutes and then we all sing it together.
644. Okay. Yes. I have to say she studies the material and she knows everybody's parts. She knows everybody's parts. So that's she studies. So that's good. Shout out to Second Baptist Church right here in Aiken, South Carolina. We have our choir on second and fourth Sundays and our praise team on first and third. Pastor Speller, and Reverend Slaughter, actually, the pastor said we want a choir, and we've continued that with the new regime. And so we have a great time. The choir is growing. and the people have a great time with it. So yeah, so I'm excited. I do feel like if we continue to have these conversations, choir music will make a resurgence, and people will go back and start doing their homework. We because of lack of time, we could have went over some more choirs that we didn't even acknowledge.
Yeah,
that really put their footprint in the gospel music industry.
But I think the choir is going to come back because, like everything goes in ebbs and flows. Everything goes in cycles. It's coming back. It has no choice but to come. It's coming.
I just
back.
don't want to wear a choir robe no more because them jokers is hot.
First off, you was playing the bass.
No, I had to have the cape. Oh, God. Yeah, which was hard to play. I got the cape, and then I'm looking like Robin. You know.
But
like,
wait, not the cape. Oh
yeah, we had
God.
the cape. I had to take that joker off. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, listen, this has been a great.
It has.
It's been a great conversation. Patrice, you are all right with me, friend. This has been really, really, really good. We about to wrap this thing up. We done talked till we were blue in the face.
Patrice,
we done talk.
Yes.
Patrice, give your information, how they can reach you, how they can listen to you. If they're rolling through Rocky Mount, how can they listen to your station?
Yeah, roll through Rocky Mount, just I-95 South, depending on where you're going. 102.5 WAJA, the Promise Station, inspiration for the family. Monday through Fridays. Of course, we have Tony D on Sundays, 9 a.m. and some other programs. But listen, follow me, Patrice Smith Media page. Check out my book, y'all. I don't know if I mentioned it last time, Tony D. My book, Truly Unique, I Am Somebody. You can order it, inbox me, or you can order it on shiropublishing.com. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I love to hang out with you guys again, talking about anything. But this topic tonight definitely hit home because this the roots. This where I grew up with choir music. So I love this conversation. I hope somebody can take something from this and grow from it. And if you can't grow from it, you don't like it, just throw it out with the baby in the bathwater. Don't get mad at us. We just want to spread some love.
Well, I forgot about the book, so we're going to have to bring you on and talk a little bit about the book. So we'll do that. Thank you, Patrice, for all that you do. I appreciate your support over the years. You're amazing. Keep on.
You guys are as well. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right, guys. It's time for us to wrap it up. We didn't have any musical guests because I feel like there's some times where Imelda and I want to just talk about topics that you may be interested in. So we're welcoming your topics as well. Music related. All right. Music and industry and gospel related. That's what we want to talk about here on the NAP show. And if you happen to be a new artist and you'd like to get some interviews in, we'll also allow that as well. All right. Thank you for everybody who chimed in. I wasn't able to see everybody and I wasn't able to remember everybody's comments. Doesn't mean I was ignoring you, but we appreciate everybody's comments, and I'll make sure I go back in and like and comment on after the fact. All right.
Thank you, Glenn.
What did Glenn say?
He said it was a great show.
Glenn is a great Christian hip hop artist from New Jersey.
Mary.
Yes,
we
thank
love
you, Miss Mary.
She
She's a
says
great
great
support.
Conversation.
Miss Mary will tell us if we're good, and she'll tell us if we're bad. All right, guys. Well, as always, trust in the Lord. Oh, make sure you check out Imelda Never Be Defeated. Stream it, download it today. Party Tonight is now available, and all of my music is available on Bandcamp.com. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean out on your own understanding, and all your ways acknowledge God. He will direct your path, because living for God is as easy as ABC. If you always believe Christ, your life will never be the same, because we serve a God who can do exceedingly abundantly above all that you can even ask or think. So whatever you're asking God for right now, he can exceed that by
$1 trillion.
Make sure you're living your life G-rated. What's G-rated? Living the lifestyle that's pleasing to God and brings glory to him in everything that you do. I'm your boy, Tony D on the radio. I love you. And there's nothing that you can do about it. We're going to close with a song of encouragement, empowerment, because God will allow you to say this.
You will never be defeated.
Chill.
And let's have a moment of clarity. There's freedom in your transparency. When you speak, you release, that's therapy. It's my decision to listen and do it carefully. Wanna live carefree? Well, it's gonna start. When secrets are kept, families are torn apart. I wanna do my part to help heal your heart. Shed some light on your life when your days are dark. Help ignite a spark that'll bring change. Be your shelter from the rain, assist with the pain.
parties. It's your boy Tony D on the radio. You know what time it is. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. This is Pat Nash of Pat Nash Talks, where we have the conversations that create real relationships. I'm here every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find us right here on Level Up Nation. See you then.
By